Here we have another video from Meenan Transmissions. 2 locations, one in Willow Grove and one in Lansdale. You reach at MeenanTransmissions.com. Transmission we're talking about today is actually a 475 out of an F150, customer Jim Levins. We had, got the vehicle in. Vehicle had no reverse, and my suspicion was that the reverse band had broke. When we dropped the pan, had a ton of metal in it. Not a whole lot that you can see for that reverse band. So we actually had to pull the unit out, and the reverse servo. The servo that actually applies the band is, very, very seldom do you see failures with the servo. So we got the unit out. It was very apparent with the amount of metal contamination in the unit that it had to come out. So this is the transmission disassembled. Here's the case. Here we have the pump, the direct clutch cylinder. Okay, here's the band, and the band actually, one of the things that will often happen is the lugs. Here are your anchorage lugs. Here's one, and then here's the other two. So these will break. When they do, you can lose reverse, but this band actually looks like it's just plain worn out. This material, because you have metal on metal, because the band was, gone, essentially, friction lining was gone, it chewed up the drum, which is essentially actually part of the planetary carrier. So this planetary carrier, unfortunately, is going to need to be replaced. In the unit itself, you can see the clutches themselves are starting to look like they're actually starting to delaminate. So, on top of the additional, on top of the regular rebuilding items, we're going to have, planetary carrier that needs to be replaced. In addition, we replace these direct clutch cylinders. These direct clutch cylinders are very prone for failure. The splines fail, and also they crack in 2 spots here. They crack at this weld, okay, and they also crack here where the center hub assembly is welded to the sheet metal piece. So because of that, and they are so failure prone, we replace them. But this is what the unit was like throughout, metal contamination. So we're gonna have to spend some time and make sure the valve body is properly decontaminated. This is the input clutch cylinder. This cylinder also gets replaced. These are prone for failure where the snap ring goes. This is what actually keeps the clutches retained, and because of that being machined out of that being actually, it's probably a deformation process, it makes this drum prone for failure. So the drum that we put in actually is an improved design. It's 1-piece billet drum, and because of that, you now don't have that area where the drum is weakened like the stamp drum. In addition, we install a shift recalibration update package. This addresses some inherent problems with these transmissions, and ultimately prevents problems like this from happening. There's a new direct clutch cylinder. In addition, we put we machine the case and ream the case, and when we ream the case, we actually wind up installing a bushing into the case. These case bores become worn over time, so the hydraulic integrity and fitment is not correct, and because of that, you can wind up with a lazy application of the overdrive band. So we machine the case and we insert a servo sleeve to restore the proper fitment of that servo. So in addition to the typical rebuilding items, obviously we're going to have a planetary carrier that's going to need to be replaced, but with these updates, with the improvement, actually have a transmission that is functionally better than a remanufactured transmission, and at a cost savings as well.